Jonathan wanted to point out the newest thing in totalitarianism and authoritarianism and corruption and tyranny that we just have seen again for the 50th time. We have joked in the past about his comment about deporting, who was it? The Rosie O'Donnell.
Oh, Rosie.
And he's talked about prosecuting Biden. He's talked about prosecuting Obama. Then he said Obama has immunity, but he wants to prosecute him anyway. And they've talked about prosecuting Hillary. They've talked about prosecuting. Well, more is coming out, and let's look at it real fast.
Yeah, let's talk about Jimmy Carter. What did Jimmy Carter do?
If
no,
he
was
was
kidding.
Still alive.
Is he being prosecuted?
How do I find this?
I know he's dead, everyone. I am aware that he has passed.
Trump calls. This is Eyewitness News on ABC 11 or ABC 7. So this is ABC reporting it. This is not me making it up.
That was in Nevada.
Trump calls for Kamala Harris and celebrities like Obama, Beyonce to be prosecuted. For what? Why would you prosecute Beyonce? Because she supported the Democrats. And he's claiming all these crazy things like, oh, we need a major investigation into celebrities.
It's because she's too bootylicious, Jonathan. She's too bootylicious for you, babe.
But this is classic tyranny. This is classic authoritarianism. If you go against Trump, remember what I said, if you're not making Trump money or you're not giving him power and you're standing in the way of that, you are the enemy. And Beyonce, all she did was donate some money, sing, and maybe say, hey, I'm going to vote for him. You should too. I'm betting you Taylor Swift's on this list that he's got. There's probably a list.
Well, Stephen Colbert's already lost his job. They got bullied into taking the show out forever.
It is no doubt in my mind that there's a list written in either crayon or very
Jimmy
large
Kimmel's
Sharpie.
next. He's already said these things.
Yeah, he said he's next. He has a hit list.
Mm-hmm.
There's universities on it. Columbia is coming after Harvard. Harvard's first. Now Columbia is coming up. I don't know if you saw this. They announced the DOJ is now opening investigations into Duke University for misappropriate behavior in their law journal. And like he's coming over after everybody that could possibly stand up against him. Now he went after the Hispanics. Now he's going after the Americans. He's going after them. And you guys thought this stuff was a joke. You thought it was mainly just a distraction. And you're right. But with Trump, you have to remember, if he says something, you have to take it seriously. Everything he says, you have to take it seriously and try to figure out what it means. Every single thing. There's slips, and you can get information from the slips. When he says something direct, it's either a lie to cover it up, or it's an admission of his own guilt that he's redirecting somebody else, or it's something he's testing the waters for, or something he's going to do. But you can't ignore any of it. You can't say, ha, 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 he was just joking. Nope.
Here's an example of one of his splits. He just did it the other day.
He said he's going to leave abortions up to the state. Now they're talking about federal bans. But now that he's talking about prosecuting Obama for something that he has president immunity for, who is obviously fake, and everybody's coming out and saying this whole thing is fake, but he still wants to go after him anyway. He still keeps bringing up the name and Biden and Hillary and the emails. Like, Jesus Christ, guy. But now that Beyonce and Oprah and Al Sharpton and these others on the list, who basically all they did was their civic duty per what affiliation of party they wanted to go with, exercising their constitutional legal rights. He wants to go after these people because they didn't go with him. He felt like they displaced him, or they shamed him, or they made him look inferior because they didn't back him. He's going after him. And if you don't think he's going to try to figure out how to hurt these people, get real. He's already talking about decrediting and getting rid of news agencies. He's already getting rid of conservative personalities. He's already suing universities. He's already suing newspapers. He's doing all this stuff. Will he win any of it? Some of it, but this is the act of a tyrant. It is growing bolder. It is growing more significant, and that list is going to continue to grow, and it's going to continue to get worse. And you guys voted for it. That voted for him.
Do you think MAGA cares right now? Leave a comment. How are you feeling about your vote right now?
They're going to care when they lose access to their Social Security. They're going to care when they lose access to Medicare and Medicaid when it's time. They're going to care when AI takes all their jobs and they deport all the jobs overseas. They're going to care when all the auto manufacturers shut down. They're going to care when their groceries prices go up 50%. These are the effects that are starting to happen right now. There was a link I sent you, Chris, last night about automotive. And the guy was like, I can't believe Trump just did this.
Oh, yeah.
And that was, so Trump's got a 50-some% tariff on steel imports, which is cheaper for us to import steel than to make it for right now.
Mostly
especially
from Canada,
given
too,
that
right?
we just sold the largest steel manufacturer in the U.S. to Japan.
Japan.
Nippon Steel, which Trump approved, but now we're going to put a 50% tariff on it. And there was one company, I forget what it was, that was up along the Canadian
Wait, we sold a company and we put a tariff on the product we're going to get back?
And this is how
dumb we just made our own product for our people more expensive for no fucking reason?
We do that all the time.
Yeah, I know. I just wanted to say it like that.
But
I'm not surprised.
Like there was the steel company that was on the Canadian border. They had a manufacturing on the U.S., a manufacturer in Canada. They developed some of the products in one country and some of the products in the other. Same company, same owner, same parent company, same main company. And they wanted to import some of their product that they made in Canada to the U.S. to distribute it. They had to pay a tariff to the U.S. for importing their own product from their own manufacturing facility across a border so they could bring it into their U.S. facility to sell it.
And so where's the benefit, though? This money does go somewhere. Who's benefiting from the tariff?
$25 billion surplus in a month. Where do you think it's going? It's going into all
defense spending. It's going into ICE.
And it's going to, honestly, you know exactly where it's going to go. I've told you numerous times. It's going to go towards giving the tax breaks to the ultra rich and to the corporations. That's where it's going to go. And instead of raising the national debt 3.9 trillion over the next 5 to 7 years, it'll raise it 3.8 and change. And that's what's going to happen. This is what they're doing, guys. And
so if I want to move one of my $1 trillion accounts into another IRA in another country, would that be the best move?
Well, Trump's also going to change the money you can make off of selling houses. So you could just do it that way now. But my point was, it is now cheaper to buy a car made in Europe and import it under the new 15% tax tariff that Trump just created with the agreement with the EU than it is to manufacture that vehicle in the United States. We're not going to manufacture these vehicles in the United States with a 50% tariff on steel and a 30 or 40% tariff on parts. And when we can just spend the 15% to buy the whole gosh darn thing from Europe. Good job. You all got played.
Well, there's been a little glimmer of hope online. I've seen a few mega creators out there like, we got scammed, guys. We got duped.
So there's a new thing going around. I don't know if you've been seeing this, but numerous federal law experts, along with, and I think this is one of the reasons he's going after Duke and Harvard, is because they're standing up and saying, no, according to the laws of our great country, Congress is the only one that can legally assign and approve tariffs on behalf of the United States. An executive order is not legally binding and has no effect, and yet we're still doing it because Trump has enough loyalists in place throughout the government from all the massive firings they've been doing with Republican control over the last few years to be able to put the right bill in place to substantiate illegal tariffs. Now, that's assuming
we need to regulate executive orders.
So the rumor is, the theory is that the Supreme Court is getting ready to rule on it next year. They're going to wait till next year to do it. And they're waiting to see which way the wind blows in the 2026 elections. So in 2026, one of two things could happen based on this theory. This is not my theory. I'm just repeating it. Republicans keep control of the House and Senate, and the Supreme Court never hears the challenge to the executive order for tariffs, or Democrats take control, which is very possible, and for the love of God, I don't care if you are MAGA or not. He's going to hurt
Vote.
you. Go vote against these
Go vote against Trump.
Vote against MAGA. Sorry, they're going to kill you in the end. Metaphorically, maybe even literally, if they take away your health care.
Their fascist movement. It is not going well.
What are you going to do when they raise the cost of your medicine 200% because Trump implements the tariff on
they're going to bitch about Biden doing it. They're going to blame it on Biden. They're going to blame it on Obama. They're going to blame it on fucking something else. That's exactly what they do every single time.
They just had that senator arguing with the other person about who signed the deal originally, the sweetheart deal with Epstein and Giselle back in the day.
I heard a bit of that. Yeah,
Obama did it. It's like, no, that was under Trump, you idiots. Anyway,
or I thought it was under Bush. Or I heard the argument that the first one was under the Bush administration before
one
Obama.
of them was, but if I understood correctly, Epstein's was under. No, Giselle's was Bush, Trump was Epstein, something like that. I don't know. Go research, put the comments in, make sure we have all the information, people.
Yeah, correct us by all means.
Yeah, please. I honestly, it's just so hard to keep all this spaghetti straight.
Yeah.
But once the Democrats take back control, they're going to impeach that guy right out the door, and the Supreme Court will rule that a president cannot use EOs to get rid of, or to effect tariffs, and that's going to hamstring any Democrat that ever wants to do it downstream, so they're okay with that.
Right. Hey, I forgot that we're live on YouTube. If anyone's watching this, Jonathan really wants to debate someone on the MAGA side. Really, really bad. We want to do it live on YouTube. We're willing to do it. Come on by. Join, subscribe to the Almost Above Average podcast. I just put him on the spot, y'all.
Anyway, yeah, so big day. Good luck if you're anti-Trump and you're a celebrity, because you're going to be in trouble. And yeah. I'm curious to see what happens when the Beyonce crew and the Oprah crew and the Taylor Swift crew, when he threatens Taylor Swift, decide to get together.
I think the Swifties are the fourth biggest army on the planet right now. The Swifties and the BTS army, they're the like number 2 and 3 armies on the planet. It used to be the Bieber army, but I don't think since the Diddy stuff, he's not very popular anymore.
Who's Bieber? I'm just kidding.
All right, well, let's leave it there, and I'm sure there will be enough happening from now in the next hour for us to do another 12 podcasts, but we're going to wait until tomorrow.
I hate this timeline.
I know. There's so much shit coming out. Sometimes we get in here and it's like, which one do we talk about today? But I guess something we could always talk about is Epstein. There's something new with Epstein every single day. And to follow us on the Almost Above Average podcast so you don't miss anything. I mean, we're giving it to you live. We're giving it to you hard. We're giving it to you fast. That just sounded funny to say. Anyway, I'm Chris McIntyre. That's Jonathan Travis. This is Almost Above Average podcast. Subscribe, please. Peace.